Shining, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot, look at me. Stylish, stylish, masterpiece. Body, body, hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, but I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it. More action and no talk, I went quiet on it. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The tackle made by...
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So Trent chose the minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Boy.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Third down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. It was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. That's interference. Ruin that series of downs for them.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense in front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 39, Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On play action, it's Murray. The kicker here is complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He'll find the row here. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll contain him to just 4.
Send me like to sign a free agent. You gotta let me know.
Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Because they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed it off.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down. That's the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Again, knocks this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up at the 38, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried? You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Throwing now is Murray. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
It's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. And he is all past the 25. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Number 27.
Brought down by Nate Gehring.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 31, Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down, Buffalo.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From midfield, here's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Allen to throw it. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. From the gun, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They run with Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Hunt. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bills have taken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Looking left side of his got a man. That's Griffin. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
6.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now from Murray. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A final shot before half from Murray. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Here's Bass now to send it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down. The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. From the gun, Murray. And he's got the hook up to Ross. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Running is Jacobs. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
And that's the 2nd sack in the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. And got his man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of
36 yards on the play. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
3rd and inches.
Here's Hunt. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, Buffalo.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
For Las Vegas, about set to begin the drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Murray off play action. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Throwing is Murray on third down.
Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
48-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Jenkins, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Murray. Reception here by Ruggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance, not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, it's Jenkins, and they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Throwing on 2nd down, Murray. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end, and it's 3rd down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. As he throws there, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is right down Broadway. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bills Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Tanner Muse there defensively.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do?
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And it's 3rd down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Pressure gets to him again. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them.
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Murray. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got him in position.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Complete.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
He's got the football. Touchdown! Raiders pick it up. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Bills 21, Raiders 14. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Crusher there as it's intercepted. Tom Johnson able to pick it, and this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The 28-yard line.
First down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Today's final score.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches? prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal. Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know, this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Buffalo, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.